Okay guys, welcome back after our short advert break. Let us quickly look at street maps which shows actually a few suburbs, right, in Pretoria. So here's our first street map, right? It says here, carefully study the street map of a few suburbs in Pretoria and answer the questions that follow. Right, so now before I start by looking at my questions, I would like to know what my street map is all about. Now here we can see quite a number of streets, right? Quite busy. What else is noted here is, for example, here's a shopping center. I can also see that there's basically two main roads in this map. And then there are other stuff like, for example, your schools. Can we see here, I have the Glen School. Here I have Garsfontein School, for example. Right. So it's always good practice, right, to first get familiar with what is presented to you. Now we will move on to our first question. So question number 1, it says, what do we call streets that only flow in one direction? All right. So what do we call streets that only flow in one direction? Right. So we know that is a one-way street. Okay, so this is again a level 1 question. You should know this. It's a one-way street. In question number 2, we would like to know, and it says, determine the number of shopping centers located on this map. Remember, one of the key outcomes of the lesson is that you must be able to identify, right, key symbols given on a map. Now, if I look at what is presented, right, here I can see is already a shopping center. And how do I know? There we can see, right? It's like a trolley, okay? Shopping trolley. I can also see, so it's one there. I can see there's another one here, Constantia Park Shopping Center. Here on my right-hand side, right, east on the map, right, is Garsfontein Village Shopping Center. And then right here on top, I also see Serene Center. Okay, so all in all, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, it says we have to determine the number of shopping centers, not identify or write down the names. So therefore, I'll indicate that on this street map, I located 4 shopping centers. Guys, is that clear to all of you? All right. In our next question, it says identify the main road that runs parallel with Mendelssohn Street. Now remember, first we need to see what parallel means. No? Okay, it runs similar way, right? So if I look, first thing is I need to find Mendelssohn Street. Okay, so here is Mendelssohn Street. Okay, so what is the main road that runs parallel with Mendelssohn Street? So I'm sure you'll agree with me looking at the map that it will be Garsfontein Road. Guys, are we clear? So I'll indicate the answer to this question is Garsfontein Road. Okay, so it runs parallel with Mendelssohn Street. Okay, next question. In question number 4, it says determine the general direction you would be traveling in when going from Serene Animal Clinic to the Serene Center. Now remember earlier already we've noted this is the Serene Center. All we need to do now is we need to find where is the Serene Animal Clinic. All right? So when we investigate, when we look carefully, we'll see right here, there's like a little paw. Can you see that indicates an animal? So it says Serene Animal Clinic. So now we need to find the general direction. You can see true north is showing upwards, so it's like we normally see it. So therefore, and I want us to get the direction. It says, when going from the Serene Animal, so this is your starting point, right? When going from the Serene Animal Clinic to the Serene Center. So meaning from here, you're going to travel in Serene Street all the way to Serene Center. So therefore, I'll be traveling upwards and I will be traveling to my left. All right, so making that a northwesterly direction. Guys, are we clear? So traveling from the Serene Animal Clinic to the Serene Center, you will be traveling in a northwesterly direction. Okay, guess that's clear to you? Let's look at our question number 5. Question number 5, it says Boertle lives in Malcolm Street and must meet a friend at the Water Glen Park shopping center. Explain in detail the route she must travel from her house to her destination. Right? So we need to find the two places that we are referring to. Okay? So first of all, we know that Bootley lives in Malcolm Street. Okay, so I know this is Malcolm Street here. This is where Bootley lives, right? Now she must meet a friend at the Water Glen Park shopping center. Remember we indicated here that this is the Water Glen Park shopping center. So from her house to the center, we must now give a detailed explanation, right, of the route she must be traveling. Always important to understand the question. Okay, so what will happen now? We can say she must travel down Malcolm Street or in a westerly direction, slightly southwesterly direction, right? So that will be, either we say travel west, right, on Malcolm Street, we agree. Remember, she is still at home now, right? So she will travel here. Then what will happen now? She will turn right. Okay? And please remember, put yourself in her shoes now. Okay? As I'm sitting, as you would face the page, it will show left, right? But remember now, you will turn, or Bootley will turn right. So now, second point we'll list here is turn right into, so what is the name of this street? Can you see? This is Keeshond Street. So turn right into Keeshond, and I'll write it here, Street. Okay, so now she will be traveling. Then she'll turn left here. So I will say turn left into, we can see that is Deza Street, right? Left into Deza Street. What will happen now? Once in Deza Street, she will cross the highway. Cross the highway. So I'll indicate cross, not the highway, the main road. Cross, and that road is Garsfontein Road, right? So after crossing Garsfontein Road, what will happen now? Okay, she will turn then right. Remember, you put yourself in her shoes now, turn right. So now we'll turn right into, what's the name of this street now? Can you see? This is this one here. So that is Mendelssohn. Okay, so I'll write it down. Turn right into Mendelssohn. Okay, let me just write it proper for you. Turn right into Mendelssohn Street. And then we can say, last point here, the mall or Water Glen Park will be on a destination basically, right? Destination will be on a right. Guys, are we clear? So I'll quickly run through it again. From Malcolm Street, we'll travel southwest or west, turn right into Keeshond Street, turn left into Deza Street, cross the main road, which is Garsfontein Road, turn right into Mendelssohn Street, and then the shopping center will be on a right-hand side. I know it's a mouthful, but remember it says, explain in detail the route she must travel. Okay, are we clear? Guys, let's look at one more question. Right, it says here number 6. Mrs. Lowe lives in Dunhill Street. She must pick up her daughter at Garsfontein Primary School. She used Google Maps and noted that the distance from her home to school is 12.4 kilometers, right? And showing traveling time of 18 minutes. It says further on, determine, showing all calculations, whether the information shown by Google Maps indicates that the travel time is due to slow traffic flow. Then it also indicates the following. You may use the formula distance equals average speed multiplied by time. All right, so looking at this question, here we can see that the distance is given, and then also the time is given. And the question says, determine, showing all calculations, whether the information given to us by Google Maps indicates that the travel time, right, is due to slow traffic. Okay, so how will I tackle this one? I know what the time is. I know what the distance is. So what do I need to calculate? Speed. We agree, in order to see whether it makes sense. So therefore, I'll change the subject of the formula, right? Remember here, looking at what is given, distance is the subject of the formula. So I will make speed the subject of the formula. And how do I determine speed? I take my distance divided by my time. And both these two variables, it's given to us. Okay, so step one, there's my formula. I manipulated the formula. I've changed it. Now I'm going to substitute. What is the distance? It's 12,4 kilometers, right? And I must divide that by 18 minutes. So basically, I will divide that by 18 out of a possible 60 minutes. As guys, we know this time here in the formula wants time in hours, right? So therefore, and I want you to work with me on your calculator. Remember, if I simplify 18 divided by 60, it will give me 0,3, right? So I'll type in 12.4 divided by 0.3, and that will give me an average speed of 41,333 kilometers per hour, right? We know that the speed limit in a suburb, right, is normally 60 kilometers per hour. So indeed, the information given by Google Maps is correct. It is slower. The travel time is slow, right, due to, or it takes longer, right, based on slow traffic flow, right? If you look, 41.3 kilometers per hour is much slower than 60 kilometers per hour. Therefore, we can conclude that whatever Google indicated here, Google Maps, is correct. Okay, guys, let us take a quick break. After the break, we'll do some more maths. See you now.